Hello and welcome to Beachbody Corner, the podcast where we talk about anything related to the Long Beach community. Stay tuned for our third episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. This is your host, friend, and fellow beach buddy, Stephanie. Today, we are going to talk about some very triggering topics. I'm going to talk about the election. I'm going to talk about ways that we can maybe cope in such anxiety-ridden times. However, I do want to emphasize some of these topics may be triggering. Um, I'm going to keep things very simple, not go too much into the election. You are welcome to exit out of this podcast. I know that a lot of us we're not very, I, I, what I want to say is that we're probably not in the best mindset right now. And I want to tell you guys, first of all, that's extremely okay. I don't think anyone would have thought that we would be living through these times right now. But, this is just one way I wanted to do an episode of this podcast. I think by the time that this podcast airs, we will know who won the election. Despite on who you support, who you don't support, I want to tell you that everyone's feelings are valid. I know for me personally, it's not been easy going to school, going to work, and still having to think about everything else going on in the world. Again, emphasizing that we're all human. We wish we would want to know everything in the world, and we wish that we were living through these times, but we are, and we are going to make the best of it, and together we're going to get through this. So I wanted to go through some coping with your emotions through the election. This is on a post that is posted on our CSULB Beachbody Instagram. You're welcome to go on there and read the post. So one way to cope during these elections, I know it's like you go on social media and the first thing you see is the elections, and you want to go on to watch some TV and you see the elections. Um, Again, these are all recommendations. You take what works for you, you leave what doesn't. You are welcome to maybe add this to your routine, not add this to your routine. We recommend doing something productive, whether that be, completely just not going on Instagram, not going on any type of social media, turning off your television if that is possible, and maybe, focus on some assignments, or maybe not even thinking about school and you want to maybe read a book or play with your pet. I know that pets have been kind of sort of a support system. I know my pets have been a big support system for me. We also recommend keeping normal routine going as best as possible. I know it's very easy for us to say, I'm not really feeling it today. And again, that's totally valid. I think we all want to be like, I don't want to get up today. And that's okay. But I think keeping a routine, helps us kind of just in our mind that things are normal once again in the midst of all this chaos. Keeping that routine that has kept us going, waking up at a certain time and going on your laptop and maybe attending that lecture or that Zoom meeting. And after that Zoom meeting, maybe um, doing some assignments, and then allow between those assignments and that Zoom meeting to have some you time. And by you time, I mean, do some self-care activities, whether that be yoga or maybe watching a movie or, whatever works for you. Also, we want to emphasize, reaching out. Beach Beach Buddies is always a resource. We are always here for you guys. We have drop-in hours, we have RSVPs. We are also students. We also, like I keep saying in these podcasts, that we are students. We know what you guys are going through, and we know the struggles of what it is being a student and having a job and going through this chaos of the elections and everything politically, or maybe some social aspects. We are always here to talk. Maybe you want to seek therapy, you don't really know how to approach that. We are here to help you. We are here to build that bridge between you and another resource. Or you don't exactly know how to reach out to CAPS. We are more than happy to help you guys in any way, shape, or form. Reaching out, whether that be us, friends, I think is a very important thing to do. And also stay connected with your loved ones. Support one another. Um, I know I talk to my parents a lot about what's going on, and they always kind of bring me this sense of calm and amidst the chaos. Because they don't really know what's going on, so they see that I'm really stressed with the elections, but they kind of just make jokes and of different oh, like, did you hear about my day? And that kind of just distracts me a little bit, um because I feel like if I think about the elections 24/7, I'm gonna go a bit crazy, and we don't want that. So talking to loved ones, checking in on them. Are you okay? Like, how are you doing? Like, tell me about your day. Like, what did you do? Having just like that normal conversation, and kind of just leaving the political aspect out of it. Talking about politics, although it's kind of hard to avoid, but trying your best. I think if you try your best, anything is possible. Also, pay attention to your media intake. You know, I've always kind of been on social media. You, like I said before, you go on social media to kind of relax, open up that funny meme that a friend send you. But unfortunately, right now it's kind of just flooded with political, whether it be political ads or how the election is going or who won. I don't know when this podcast is gonna come out. We're probably gonna know a winner, but um, it's kind of just keeping yourself in check. Just or one recommendation that I always say is kind of just deleting your apps completely. I had to do that in a week because I just felt like it was too overwhelming, and that's completely okay. Just be like, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from social media. I just feel like it's not doing me any good. It's not doing my productivity any good. So I think it's best for me to just take a break, and that's okay. Always asking for a break, it never is never a sign of weakness. It's never a sign, like, don't ever be embarrassed because you need to take a break. Taking breaks is completely fine. Or if you don't want to, just check, like, oh well, I've been on social media for like an hour, I think I should stop. Kind of just like, I'll put on a timer, like, I'm gonna be on social media for like kind of like half an hour, and then that's it. I'm not gonna go on on social media platform anymore. So, and then if you can't keep yourself in check, I can also kind of recommend, doing this with a friend and kind of keep each other in check and be like, did you spend only half an hour on social media? Or, like, oh, I spent like more than half an hour, and be like, okay, well, now we have to, just kind of make a plan with that really close friend that you have. So also the media in general can be extremely overwhelming. Also being um, being aware of your feelings, being aware of how certain things make you feel, how you react to certain things. And if you feel like, staring at that post for like about an hour isn't doing you any good, walk away. I think that's always the best option. You walking away, again, is never a sign of weakness. It shows that you have the strength to say, this is just not working for me. I need to walk away. And that's like the best decision that you can make. Um, also, also focus on, I know it's really hard right now, but focus on some positives, like maybe, I think for me, counting the small victories of my day, like I got up in the morning, or maybe I made my bed, or I ate some breakfast, or maybe, write down 10 to 15 things that you are grateful for. That kind of helps you, get that positive mindset. Um, Again, we here at Beach Buddies, we're always here to help you out. Maybe you kind of need like help or support on how to make that list of 10 to 15 things that you're grateful for. We are here to help you. We can make the list together, and we can really examine your day to day and be like, well, this happened to me, so that's a positive. These are tough times. I want to acknowledge that. These are very anxiety-ridden times. But I want to also emphasize that you guys are never alone. That you always have us. You have CAPS. You have so many other resources out here at CSULB that are willing and happy to help you guys. Whatever the outcome, know that those of you who voted had were able to voice your opinions, and that's all that matters. You were able to go out there and vote, those who are able, and you were able to vote for those who can't, and that's always a big victory. um yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this podcast. This is quite a short podcast, but I didn't want it to go into too many other political aspects. But again, I want to emphasize that Beach Buddies are always here for you. We have drop-in hours, we have RSVP hours. Um, Feel free to click the link in our bio on our Instagram for more information. This has been Stephanie, your friend and fellow beach buddy. Thank you for staying tuned for this third episode. Join me for the fourth episode, where we have another special guest coming onto this podcast. And I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe.